Welcome to The Explainer. Right now, we're diving into a newly formalized, highly lucrative trade corridor between Bangladesh and Brazil. If you're an investor hunting for fresh, emerging synergies to deploy your capital, well, you are definitely in the right place. We're going to look at a brand new development bridging South Asia and South America in a way we really haven't quite seen before. We've structured this explainer as a quick strategic briefing. We're covering 1. A new investment frontier, 2. Highly complementary economics, 3. The Sao Paulo Pact, and 4. Your action plan for Expo 2026. Let's get into it.
Section 1. A new investment frontier. Here's your high-level briefing on this emerging market synergy.
So, let's start with the big picture. As an investor looking for untapped potential, you might be staring at a world map right now, scratching your head and wondering, why are these two historically distant markets suddenly the absolute center of attention? I mean, geographically, Bangladesh and Brazil are literally oceans apart. But economically, the conditions for a massive collaborative boom have been quietly building in the background for a while. And today, the landscape officially changed. Just today, May 22, 2026, a milestone agreement was signed that fundamentally rewrites the accessibility of trade between South America and South Asia. Now, for anyone tracking global trade flows, formalization is the absolute magic word here. Look, untapped potential is great, but rock-solid institutional frameworks, that's what actually allows businesses, importers, and investors to move capital safely and effectively. What we're looking at is a textbook definition of aggressive, proactive business diplomacy. We aren't just talking about passive trade agreements. We're talking about leveraging strategic partnerships to actively carve out massive new avenues for exporters, importers, and investors. It's like paving a commercial superhighway where there used to just be a dirt road, turning distant markets into immediate, accessible trading partners. Moving to Section 2, highly complementary economies. Let's look at exactly why these two markets are such a perfect match. The sheer scale of this opportunity really comes down to how beautifully these two distinct economies fit together like puzzle pieces. The true power of this corridor? It lies in perfect economic contrast. On one hand, you've got Brazil, an absolute global powerhouse when it comes to supplying agricultural commodities and industrial raw materials. On the other hand, there's Bangladesh, a country with a global reputation as a total titan of manufacturing, processing, and light engineering. One extracts and grows, the other processes, builds, and refines. Just look at the asset breakdown here. Brazil supplies the raw ingredients, right? Things like cotton, sugar, soybean products, and industrial raw materials. Then Bangladesh takes those exact raw materials and processes them into high-value exports. Think apparel, pharmaceuticals, jute products, ceramics, leather goods, and agro-processing. For an investor, you're basically looking at a closed-loop supply chain opportunity across two massive emerging economies. Brazil has exactly what Bangladesh needs to fuel its factories, and Bangladesh has the world-class manufacturing capabilities that Brazil can leverage. So here's the crucial point. Putting a real institutional framework behind these perfectly complementary sectors is practically guaranteed to expand trade volume. When the raw material giant and the manufacturing titan finally shake hands, supply chain bottlenecks disappear, tariffs get easier to navigate, and bilateral investment cooperation scales up incredibly fast. Which brings us to Section 3. The Sao Paulo Pact. This is the institutional catalyst driving the entire corridor. Okay, so we've established the synergy. Now let's look at the specific mechanism that just blew the doors wide open. It happened today at exactly 8 p.m. Bangladesh time. A virtual memorandum of understanding, an MOU, was officially signed. Doing this virtually really highlights a modern, fast-moving approach to international commerce. This pact is the formal, concrete bridge over that geographical divide we talked about earlier. Let's look at who's actually sitting at the table here. This strategic partnership was solidified between two major commerce chambers. On behalf of the Brazil-Bangladesh Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the BBCCI, we have Vice President Mr. MD Saiful Alam. And representing the Sao Paulo Chamber of Commerce is Mr. Ricardo Corey, the coordinator of the Council of Consulates and Chambers of Commerce. Having these specific, heavy-hitting leaders align is huge. It tells us this isn't some vague governmental promise. This is a highly targeted, private sector-focused initiative meant to generate real, immediate commercial momentum. So what's actually in it for you? Here's exactly what this agreement aims to achieve to support your business expansion. They've committed to promoting trade and investment opportunities, sure, but look at the actionable items. Facilitating business delegations, organizing B2B matchmaking sessions, hosting seminars, and launching investment promotion programs. Guys, for an investor or entrepreneur, B2B matchmaking sessions are the golden ticket. It means these chambers are stepping up to do the heavy lifting to introduce you to the right partners and distributors in a totally foreign market. Both representatives expressed some serious optimism about this pact. In fact, their stated goal is to, quote, create new avenues for exporters, importers, investors, manufacturers, and entrepreneurs to explore mutually beneficial business opportunities. They specifically want to humanize and support these new partnerships. They're making sure that as these bilateral commercial relations expand, private sector participants, like you, are the absolute primary beneficiaries. All right, Section 4, Action Plan. Expo 2026. Let's talk about the immediate next steps for investors. The big question is, how do you actually deploy capital and take advantage of this right now? An MOU is a fantastic foundation, but you need an actual venue to execute your strategy. For your portfolio, the absolute most critical timeline to mark on your calendar is the year 2026. You literally don't have to wait a decade to see this synergy play out. The framework is being stress-tested and mobilized this very year. The new partnership is designed specifically to support a massive upcoming event, the Made in Bangladesh Expo 2026. And crucially, this is being hosted directly in São Paulo, Brazil. This brings the manufacturing titan's immense capabilities right to the doorstep of the raw material giant's eager consumer base. This expo is going to be your primary arena to execute your trade strategy. Step 1. It's the ultimate venue to showcase Bangladeshi products and industries. Step 2. It facilitates direct face-to-face connections with Brazilian businesses, importers, and on-the-ground distributors. And Step 3. It allows investors to capitalize directly on Brazilian consumer demand. You get to bypass all that traditional red tape and step right into a curated networking environment heavily backed by both commerce chambers. Listen, if you are a forward-looking entrepreneur or investor, you really need to view this MOU as much more than just a piece of paper or some diplomatic formality. It is literally the starting gun for your business to expand. The BBCCI is demonstrating immense commitment to proactive business diplomacy. They are actively paving the road so your capital can travel smoothly and profitably between these two booming markets. The formal corridor is now officially open. The complementary assets, raw materials on one side, world-class manufacturing on the other, are crystal clear. The institutional matchmaking framework is firmly in place between Bangladesh and Brazil. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. As this massive, previously untapped trade synergy opens up, the only real question left for your portfolio is this: will your business be ready to capitalize at the 2026 Expo?